Hey guys, another week. You know the drill. My name is Alvaro Cortez Jr., aka Lance Danger, and I am sick as a dog. I'm not gonna lie. This might be the shortest episode yet. I seem to have caught a cold sometime last week. Um, you've probably heard the difference in my voice. That's actually why I'm wearing the microphone for this one with the earphones because my voice isn't projecting very well. I've been losing my voice in and out actually. So, yeah, great start to the week. Um, Hopefully, this week I won't be affected too much by this. I don't believe it's COVID. Like, I don't feel that bad compared to how I felt when I had COVID. So, I'm pretty hopeful that it's not. Or if it is, then the vaccination is probably doing its job and keeping it as mild as possible. But I do not think it is COVID again. But yeah, it's already December. Um, I don't know what to say at this point, to be honest. I actually had to cancel my physical therapy, which is something that I've been trying to avoid throughout this whole stretch because I do want to keep improving. My left arm is completely functional again after a couple of mishaps last week. Um, yeah, I hate having to have canceled physical therapy. At least today, hopefully, I'll be feeling better by Friday when I have my next appointment because I'm already on my sixth or seventh week. I'm almost done with the physical therapy to then later on see my orthopedist to see um, what his final say is on the progress on my shoulder. At least the right shoulder has been feeling pretty fine actually. Again, the range and motion on both shoulders have been back to normal. I've just been in the process of building up strength again on my shoulders, building up that muscle again. I really hope my voice is projecting well. That's why I'm wearing the microphone because I actually tried to do a little bit without it at first and realized that my voice was a lot worse than I had anticipated. If you hear jingling, the cat is roaming around. Um, yeah, for those curious, our other cat, Buchito, he's been doing a lot better. Also, he was very sad when our eldest cat, Fiona, passed away. She practically raised him as her own, so he was very attached to her. And it was difficult those first couple of weeks, but now he's a lot more like himself. He's not as attached to us like he was those first few days or that first week. He's a lot more himself in the sense of going off on his own and like taking a nap somewhere hidden in the bedroom or in the living room. I'm moving stuff around to kind of make things more efficient here, and we're also looking into adopting another cat just so that cat can keep him company when we're not around. Lately, I have been finding out that he's been crying when he thinks that he's completely alone in the apartment, and I don't blame him. Like he's never been alone. He's always been with another cat and with other dogs. So for him to finally be in a different environment and not have the person that practically raised him for many years and then losing the feline companion he had for the his whole life, it's tough, you know. And animals have emotions and feelings too, you know. So um, it breaks my heart to think that he cries for a little bit when he is actually has to be alone for a little bit in the apartment. Like it breaks both our hearts really. So hopefully we'll be able to get a companion for him soon as well. So I'm going to truck as well as I can truck on this week. Hopefully this cold will go away soon. I hope it's not the flu because I got the flu shot this year, and every single year that I take the flu shot, I get the flu. The few times that I haven't gotten the flu shot has been when I've been incredibly busy at a job or whatever, and it just completely escapes my mind. And those are the years that I don't get the flu. Go figure. That classic Alvaro luck. Oh gosh. The cough is starting up again, so I'm going to take that as my cue to rest my voice for a little bit. Catch you all in a little bit later. Right, so I wrote a little bit from the first draft of the first chapter of Hell Beneath You. Um, right now I'm just about halfway through it, more or less, probably a little more than halfway over it. Um, as I mentioned in previous videos, it was one story, the prologue and the first issue, and I decided to split the two things up because it felt very tonally different, the beginning and the rest of the story. So I kind of wanted to have it be its own thing. Um, I think I'm reaching a point where I'm more comfortable with the story, especially after having gone through all the things that I've been going through the last couple of weeks. It's been um, a very emotional toll on me in that sense, and it has kind of taken some of my creative juices out of it. But I'm still chugging along, still plugging along. I'm feeling well enough where I feeling a little more comfortable again writing the story. And I've also, as you can see right here, been continuing Gift Indie. Contrary to Resident Alien and The Crow, this is the aforementioned interview style blogs that I did with various creators to kind of talk about their projects and pitch their comics or animation or whatever they might be creating as a good gift to give to someone else. And the first person to interview was Corey Rockbottom Davis. He is a uh, big voice in the indie community in terms of comic books and animation as well. Um, he is a colleague. We used to all collaborate together actually with Manuel and myself and other creators as well as part of Truthful Comics. We eventually split ways, um, mostly because he's going more into animation. That's more his thing, and he has like such a extensive universe himself. Like, it's cool that he's able to, you know, grow and expand on these creations, and it's just been great seeing where those creations are leading him right now. And as you can see, Jet Boy is kind of like his flagship title, and he just gave like a brief interview talking about kind of like what inspired him, what his thoughts about indie creations are. There's a bunch of demo reels on the blog as well that he graciously provided. So you can definitely go ahead and check that out. As usual, www.truthfulcomics.com. You can check out the Gift in the Spotlight Corey Rockbottom Davis, as well as check out previous blogs as well. And all of my web comics are uploaded there. There's a shop tab right there where you can buy Manuel's comics, Project New Wave, my own comics as well, such as Nevermind, The Mighty Warlord, and Stupid the Cat. If you're interested in buying any of Corey Rockbottom Davis's comics, such as The Order, Jet Boy, Shadow Club, Karma, you can definitely go to www.rockbottomstudios.com. Actually, let me just kind of open that site. The site is actually pretty cool. Yeah, I'm going fancy. I'm using the XP pen. There it is, the home of Rock Bottom Studios. You can see Jet Boy, and you can see the shop where he has his comics and his merchandise as well. You can check out videos of his productions, art galleries, to keep up to speed with any news concerning his projects as well. I do recommend you to check out his website and stay up to speed with whatever project he's going to be putting forth. As I said before, Corey Davis, a tremendous person, a great creator, a very cool friend, and we wish nothing but the best for him and all of the projects that he's putting forth. All right, so I just posted um, episode 4 of the Serene Chaos podcast up to my Patreon. It's a good thing I pre-record these things because my throat is really doing pretty bad and my cough is pretty bad as well. But as you can see from the title, I did the visual production of Fred Peterson, the Mighty Warlord. I basically talked through the how I do Fred Peterson, the Mighty Warlord, as a web comic from thumbnailing to the final product. Going based off of the scripts that I've written. This is a more updated take on the original episode 3 of the first season of the podcast. This was a lot of fun to talk about, actually. I've been having a lot of fun doing these podcasts again. Hopefully, that has been showing through in the final product as well. And I know I say this a lot lately, but, or at least I say it just a lot in general, but it's important to have fun doing these things as well. Because, again, you have to be your own biggest fan, and you also have to be your own worst critic. And you have to keep putting your stuff out there. As usual, this is a early access episode. This is going to be available later in the month. Pretty soon, episode 3 is going to be going up on Podomatic. I've been incredibly fortunate that every episode that I've posted on Podomatic has been going into the top 10 when it gets published. It's really great to see, excuse me, the acceptance and the support it's been having. Hopefully, people are having as much fun listening to it as I've had recording them. Guys, you don't know how super excited I was to do this gift indie blog. You are reading correctly. That is the legendary Jimmy Palmiotti, who was kind enough to answer a few questions for this Gift Indie blog. I contacted him knowing it to ask him if he had the time to be able to do this. He was super cool about it. He didn't have to do it because I know that he's a very busy creator. But he was kind enough to accept and give insights to his inspirations and the inner workings of independent comics. He's been doing independent comics for so long right now, and it was just a really fun blog to put together. And again, it was great to kind of peek into, pick his brain a little bit as well, because I also learned from this stuff as well. And you can check out the studio that he helped found, Paper Films. You can go to www.paperfilms.com to get the current projects that he's working on. And there's also previous projects that he's worked on that he sells, either with sketches or signed. I actually got a great Gate Crashers trade from when Wizard did Black Bull Productions or Black Bull Studios, and they did their own comics. Gate Crashers was one of those first comics that they released. Jimmy Palmiotti, of course, writing it. Amanda Connor, as pictured here, her artwork is just so sublime. It's fantastic. I ordered through paperfilms.com. They were fast, they were efficient. It came with autographed as well, so that's a lot of fun. So if you want to read on what Jimmy Palmiotti answered from the questions that I made him, www.truthfulcomics.com. You can check this interview out. On the previous segment, I spoke about Corey Rockbottom Davis also answered some questions. I'm very excited about the creators and colleagues that were able to answer them, and that I've been receiving little by little their responses back. Hopefully, this is just a fun little thing to do. Maybe start a little fun tradition during the holidays for raising more awareness of independent creations that would make good gifts for other people that are either fans of comics or the arts, or they want to get started into it and don't know where exactly to start. Hopefully, this would be a nudge in the right direction. Big shout out and a huge thank you once again to Jimmy Palmiotti. Truly a legend in the industry, and I feel very honored that he was able to answer these questions for these blogs. All right. As you can probably tell, I haven't gotten particularly better just yet, but I've been forcing myself to at least work a little bit on creative stuff anyway. And this is probably going to be revealed by the time this episode comes out, but this is the cover reveal. I just finished it. This is going to be for the second print issue of Nevermind for the Truthful Comics Edition Season 2. I had started Season 2 a while back before all the craziness happened, and of course, it had to go on hiatus along with everything else. Um, I did this cover kind of to motivate myself also to keep working on season 2 as well of Nevermind. As you can see, it's a much different cover compared to the cover to the web version of season 2 of Nevermind. Um, like with season 1 and with all the other comics that I've done, really. Excuse me. I like to do like the web version cover, and I also like to do the print cover as well, because I like to offer a little bit of variety to the people that perhaps read the original online version, just so they could have something different with the print version. Excuse me. So, yes, I have to take a lot of fluids right now. As you can see here, season two is where my old cat Willie was introduced in that, probably the most quote unquote famous strip of all of Nevermind. At least it was the most talked about when it came out. So similar to the cover I did for the online version, it's myself and Willie Cat there as well, only from a different, more dynamic angle, really, as compared to the cat just hanging out on my shoulder on the original cover that I did for the TC edition of Nevermind Season 2. This was actually very fun to do, and keeping in line with doing the left-handed sketches that I spoke about in the last episode, I actually did this illustration left-handed as well. So it's the first like full illustration for a comic that I've done left-handed, and it was actually a lot of fun, and I think it didn't come out too bad. Or at the very least, I don't think people would really notice if it was done with my non-dominant hand, which is like what I guess the best I could ask for at when doing something like that. But yeah, this was a ton of fun to do. It's nice to be able to be illustrating a little bit more. Hopefully, I'll be able to start feeling better physically to be able to do more artwork and more writing as well. So, this week creatively has been a lot slower as I thought I was likely going to be due to having a cold. Um, it is definitely officially not COVID, so there's that to look forward to, as good news. Um, just wanted to talk quickly about Jose Cruz. He was the gift indie spotlight for today. Um, what can I say about Jose Cruz? As I wrote in this blog, our careers have kind of gone parallel with each other. We kind of started doing indie comics more or less around the same time. I've had the pleasure of collaborating with him over the last maybe 10 years now, actually, because it was when I moved from Puerto Rico that we got into serious talks of me helping him do some scripts for his anthology series Paths when he published them. And of course, later on, help him with El Matatan. I am currently collaborating with him still on other stories that I'm not at the liberty to speak of just yet, but um, go ahead and check out Silver Island Studios. If you know Spanish, you can definitely find a lot of cool titles there. Just go to www.facebook.com/Silver Island Comics. Silver is in capital S, Island and comics are lowercase, so Silver Island Comics all together, S capital I and C lowercase, and you can check out all the great artwork, behind the scenes stuff there as well. Jose, talented artist turned writer. Right now, he is currently promoting his flagship comic Alpha, which issue number 3 just came out and it looks fantastic. He is actually starting to broaden his comics a little more, making issue number one of Alpha available in English. It happened through a successful Kickstarter along with another indie creator. I believe the comic is called Junkyard Joe. So you can definitely check that out. You can contact Jose through the Silver Island Comics Facebook page if you're interested in any of his comics and to see if the English version of Alpha Number One is still available. If you can read Spanish, you can definitely contact him also to acquire any of the comics that he has available, and maybe see if there's any comics that I've written available as well, so you can have a taste of something that I've written that isn't Warlord or any of the comics that you may have read that I've done so far. Thank you once again to Jose for answering these questions, and thank you, Jose, for letting me play with your toys a little bit, doing these stories for for some of your characters. Well, it is no longer Funny Bone month, since that was in November. But I'm still going to be uploading rare art and never before seen art of Funny Bone anyway, just to have some fun with the character, especially because he's such a popular character too within the Fred Pearson, the Mighty Warlord universe. So this is a concept for a cover that I was going to do that I ended up doing differently. This was kind of like the one that came before the cover I did eventually for the Kindle version of Rage of the Lucky 13. So, like, kind of like the elements are there, like the three main protagonists, Funny Bone, Clown, and Mara, are there. You can see three of the Lucky 13 in the background as well. Um, I like those elements, but the composition itself didn't seem very strong. So I decided to like move it around, and it eventually became what became the cover for the Kindle version of the Rage of the Lucky 13, which predates, of course, the Patreon version that I'm uploading much more recently. The content itself really hasn't changed, except maybe fixing up a typo here and there that may have escaped me the first time. And the thing that changed the most in those two chapters that I put up in Kindle really was just the covers. So I've been having a lot of fun going through these old Funny Bone illustrations that I still have on different hard drives and on different corners on the internet as well, and putting it in a more concise folder like I'm doing in Facebook. And it also gives me ideas for further illustrations to that spawns from that as well. I haven't been writing too much or illustrating too much. Again, due to having a cold. Hopefully, once I get over this, I'll be able to be illustrating and writing at a better pace. So I have been making myself illustrate a little bit more. Since I was on the verge of finishing some of these illustrations before many of these things happened, I actually was able to finish the second strip of season two of Nevermind, and I'm going to upload that tomorrow, of course. Sundays are when I'm going to be uploading Nevermind. It's still the same schedule, so it's going to be Sunday. By the time you see this, it's already out there. And aside from Nevermind, also the Cannon Girl, that's going to be running simultaneously with Nevermind. Since they're both running behind, I'm going to, because the plan originally was when Nevermind was having a break, then I would do the Canon Girl, and when that would end, I would resume with Nevermind, and so on and so forth. But everything, of course, after COVID in April, got set back pretty badly. So right now they're both running at the same time. So this is, I believe, the third strip of the Canon Girl. It's either the third or the fourth. That's also going to be posted tomorrow as well. And this is what I'm most excited about. I finally finished the following page for Warlord, the webcomic, page number 7. It's been a while that I've had the line art. I just haven't been able to color and letter it and perhaps put a few details here and there before posting it and whatnot. So finally, hopefully next week, starting Monday, I'll be able to update Warlord. I really want to upload throughout the rest of December to finish as much as possible of chapter 27 before the end of the year. Ideally, I would finish chapter 27 before the end of the year, but I want to be realistic as well within the limitations that I have with time and also for my physical and mental health as well. Hey everyone, it's early Sunday in the morning. Usually I do the final segment of these videos at the end of the day, but since I have this cold, um, I don't know how long I will last. I have been taking medication and I've been kind of in and out of sleep the last couple of days, um, which is why I haven't been able to work on stuff as much, also. So, I also had canceled Fridays of physical therapy. I don't know if I mentioned that. I know I mentioned that I had to skip Monday. I skipped Friday as well. Hopefully, I'll be well enough to go this week and next week and reschedule those two appointments that I missed. Um, as I had said yesterday, I worked a little bit on Hell Beneath You. I'm a little more than halfway done with the draft of the first chapter. I worked on the artwork. I had shown actually in the previous segment this artwork for Nevermind, the second strip of season 2, but I officially uploaded it to the duckwebcomics.com. You can visit that at www.thedocwebcomics.com/never underscore mind, or you can just type never mind on the search bar and you'll find this and the original strips as well. You'll find it uploaded at the Duck Web Comics. I usually upload it there first, and then I upload it into the Facebook page of Nevermind. I do have a sense of loyalty to the Duck since I've been updating there for so long now. Um, all 15 years of Warlord I've been uploading on the Ducks, and it's not just Warlord, it's Warlord, Nevermind, Clown. My entire catalog of web comics is there, for exception of Webamani Webito, which I'm slowly trying to upload as well. It is in Spanish, so that's why I really haven't uploaded it there. But I have started to do so since before, just to have everything already set up there. Um, Sundays lately, I've been playing Dungeons and Dragons also. I don't think I mentioned that before in the videos, but I have been playing it online with some friends. The first real campaign that I've ever participated in, which has been a lot of fun. I don't know if I'll be able to do that tonight as well. Um, Hopefully, I'll be able to work a little bit more, either illustrating or writing. If I feel up to it, I might do another segment for this episode. If not, I'll just end it on this segment where I had at least started uploading the strips of Nevermind, and see where it takes me. But I am probably going to call it early today, in terms of just in general, just like going to sleep early and resting up, so that hopefully I'll be feeling better next week and whatnot. Um, so yeah, I guess you could say it's a flawless victory because again, I didn't let even the cold beat me down for this week. This probably is the shortest episode. I said that jokingly earlier. I think like in the first segment on Monday that this was probably going to be the shortest episode. Last episode was relatively short compared to the other episodes, but again, like a lot of things kind of happening. But either way, thank you all for watching. I hope this was somewhat entertaining, even though I've been feeling like crap throughout this whole week. Hopefully, even though I felt like crap, the videos weren't crap, I hope. It's a fool's hope, but a hope nonetheless. I'll leave you guys with samurais getting stoned because, to pass a test in that weird dream I had that one time. Or actually, I'm just gonna end this episode with a say what? Anyway, thank you all so much for watching and catch you next week where hopefully I'll be feeling better.